Have you ever thought about packing it in and starting all over again? New town, new life, new everything, hoping that this time it'll finally be right. But deep down you know that something is chasing you, and no matter where you go, it will always find you. It's not the place, it's not the people, it's you. But that's not bad news, because it means that you can change it. This video is for anyone who thinks that the answer may be somewhere out there. Maybe you've changed jobs, relationships, home, but somehow that same heavy feeling always comes with you. It's not failure, it's a sign that what needs changing isn't in the world around you, it's the world within you. And that's actually a good thing, because when you finally stop running, you can actually sort yourself out. We often think that a new location, a new job, a new hobby, a new partner, a new relationship, anything like that can take us out of where we're feeling. And what we try and do to overcome that is keep busy, keep finding different things to do to keep our mind off of the thing that's really bothering us. If you like, we try to distract ourselves, jumping from one thing to another. And what we tend to do is blame the environment around us instead of looking deep inside and finding out what the real cause of the problem is. I heard a story a long while ago, and it's about this man who was on holiday looking around the town and thinking, it's really lovely here. I think I could make a fresh start here. And he walked up to one of the locals and he said, this is a really nice town. Do you like it here? And the local said, yeah, I love it here. It's a great town. And he said to him, what are the people like here? And the man looked at him and he went, well, what are the people like where you live now? And the man said, well, they're not very nice. They're backbiters, really. They're not a friendly crowd. And the man looked at him and said, well, you'll find that's exactly what they're like here. And you see, the point of it is that just moving doesn't change your situation, because the situation that you have goes with you. Often, it's not the world around us that's wrong, it's the lens through which we're looking at it. Your internal world, you know, the one that we have inside our head, our thoughts, our beliefs, our assumptions, they shape how we think about things and our experience of things and our perceptions. And what we find is that the world that is around us, the way that we think about things, affects us no end. And it affects our mental systems too. Do you ever read the newspapers and get wound up and feel a tightening in your stomach, or see something on the television and think to yourself, oh God, this is terrible? And do you get triggered by the same things over and over again? Because if you do, you're not alone. There are so many of us that have the same thing going on. But there is a way around that. And instead of trying to keep running from the situation by doing different things and being busy, what we can do is turn inward on ourselves. Be curious and not critical about the things that trigger us all the time, to try and work it all out. Because truth be told, we're just conditioned by our environment. And the way that we think and the way that we do things are learned processes. What we have to do, we have to start reflecting on that and asking ourselves questions about why we react in the way that we do. You see, what happens is, the things that have happened to us in our past all relate to us in the way that we think in the future. There are lots of things that happen to each and every one of us, and there are lots of things that we'd rather forget, but we can't because they hurt so much, because there is an emotion attached to it. But the thing that you can do is change how it defines you. You don't have to go on living and thinking the things that have happened along the way. You can learn the lesson out of the adversity, if you like. But the lesson can then take you forward because you know a better way and you know what caused it in the first place. Because the problem is that those emotions that we have, those unresolved things that keep triggering us, they affect our mental health. And along with it, You know as well as I do, it upsets your nervous system, because once you're clenched like that, it can take a while to get back to normal. So what can we do instead? Instead of feeling those old feelings, what can we do to change things and move forward? Well, as I said before, we've got to start being curious and not critical, because so often we beat ourselves up over something that's happened in the past, and we need to look at it from a different perspective. Because if things keep showing up in your life, if you follow a pattern, the only way you can change that pattern is to change your thinking and how you're going to deal with it. It's only when you take the time to dig away at what's bothering you, because truth be told, deep down, you really know what it is. When something starts to trigger you, once something starts to make you tense all up, what you have to do is look at that and look at the story behind it as to why you're feeling the way that you do. Once you've worked out why you're feeling the way that you do, it's then that you can actually work about dealing with it. Until such time as you do, nothing's going to change. But you have to change the way you think about the past. What's happened's happened. You have a chance to actually look at it from a different angle and see what you can learn from it. And it's when you've learned from it that you can move on. And the thing is, the way you act when you found out what it is and when you move on, it defines the person that you're going to become. If you're not happy with the person that you've been all along, when you find out those things that are wrong and why you're feeling in the way that you do, then you can do something about it. And when you change as a person, it becomes a different world. You have to work on yourself, and you have to work in that inner world. For some, you may need a mentor, someone who has been where you are and is willing to be your running mate. Usually it's a member of your tribe, one of those people that they're your big cheerleader, and they're also the person that put their arms around you and keep you buoyed when you're not doing so good. It may be that you need to see somebody professional, and that's not a bad thing if you do. At least you're addressing the situation you find yourself in and are looking for a way forward. Sometimes, we just need to make a decision and to start to reclaim our life back. I know we don't think that we're giving it away in the first place, but the fact is, all of our thinking from the past, each time we don't learn something from one of the obstacles and one of the things that happened to us, once we don't accept that sometimes it's our own fault, and boy do I know that one, when you can accept that sometimes the things that you've done have been your own fault, and then you look to resolve it, do you know what, you're on a different road then. The future looks much more rosy than it did. So just imagine it, what if that fresh start that you're looking for isn't out there, but it's in here? The great thing, is you don't have to run. You can stay exactly where you are and take notice of what's going on in there. All those things that have been affecting you for so long. If you look inward and you start to get curious about the things that you think and the reasons behind why you think it, once you learn from that, you're on your way. And when you are on your way, you can kick all those things out and start afresh. And you can start to feel good about yourself. Because that's the problem for most of us. We just don't feel good about ourselves. What if you've been spending ages trying to outrun this thing and you've been taking it with you all the time? And just imagine, what if you stopped running and actually dealt with it and cleared it out of the way? Because when you do, you will feel a whole lot happier. And you may not need to keep so distracted all the time and keep yourself busy, not thinking about how rubbish everything is. Because once you've dealt with it, boy, it's a different world. And that's a fantastic feeling. And you know what? You can do it too. If I can, anybody can. And if you click over there, I'll tell you how illness stopped me in my tracks, but helped me find out what was really important in my life. I'll see you.